Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Inter Esports and Atlanta United. You mentioned the competitors that we're seeing here. The American team in Atlanta United, the Italian, but 4 Brazilians on the pitch.
There's an interesting stat around both of these two teams in terms of the quality of players they've given them. Here comes Atlanta off the start. Wow, it didn't take him long. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to get going in this grand final. And the stat I wanted to make was that in his career, Paulo Neto, he's been to 9 grand finals. He might not have won them all, but every single time he gets there, or to any sort of tournament, he seems to make some noise. I think in his competitive career, it's only been 3 times he's placed outside the top 8 of any competitive tournament he's been in. The man is a born winner, and I'm sure that's rubbing off on his teammate in Vini, as they've just had the perfect start to this grand final.
What a start for Atlanta United. You mentioned Paulo Neto, he's just a serial winner. He really is. He gets the finals, he gets the championship moments, and look, out of all the players over the FGS Masters, Brandon, he's the most recent winner, MLS Cup win. And what a win it was as well in that league competition. Confidence is a big thing in FIFA esports. I was surprised with the poll. I was really surprised.
MLS Cup win it was, Richard. It came against King CJ. 5 goals to 3 in that grand final that took place on the 13th of March this year. Cleared out of play for a corner. Inter's first chance to try and cause some havoc. They do here. Now towards the front post. Still flicking on. And it will fall into the hands of Edwin van der Sar. On the flip side, 4. Inter. You can't look past Resende's achievements, Richard, individually. He is also a born winner. He's won a lot since he's been playing his FIFA Inter.
Absolutely. He's such a prolific FIFA player, is Resende. And he's one of those players as well that he's global. He's such a star when it comes to FIFA esports, and really is recognised not only in South America but worldwide as a player who gets to major competitions, who wins tournaments.
Could be 2. Vini finds Paulo Neto. Could be 2. Just wide. Good hands from Van der Sar. I'll tell you what, the little break that they've had over the last, 40 minutes or so for Atlanta United, they have just been raring and ready to go, no matter who it was going to be in the grand final for them. Look at the intensity from the start here. It's R9 again, can't find a way through, goes for a corner. Atlanta United looking to try and build 2-goal cushion as soon as they can in this grand final. Remember, it's played over 2 legs again. R9, good feet, ball roll. Does get past one man, doesn't get past R9 though, funny enough, was back defending.
Atlanta United at the moment look dangerous from set pieces, I tell you. Couple of corners.
Keep an eye on Resende with that yellow icon above his head in to get tall, controlling the white player icon. The flip side, Resende, I should say Paulo Neto with the red, and his teammate Vini with the blue icon above his head. I think it was Vini that scored the opening goal for Atlanta United here. Very different semi-finals both of these two did have. Atlanta United won 4 goals to against Complexity, one of the most dominant teams in the competitive scene after being actually down by a goal as well. They were able to fight their way back to a 2-goal cushion, which was enough to guide them through. That's on the flip side for Inter. It required extra time and a last grasp winner from Kylian Mbappe in the 110th minute. What was a 7-goal thriller.
Best game of the FGS Masters, would you say, that one, between SPQR and Inter? We've watched a lot of games over the last 4 weeks.
I think it was the most unpredictable game of all. No one really took a hold or a standpoint of the match at all. Van der Sar gets the ball back. He was able to remain composed there. Phase to get the ball back in a difficult position. Zidane finds the feet of Mbappe. This is Inter now looking for their first real chance in this grand final so far. Mbappe still the hero of the semi-final, very nearly. Said goodbye and see you later to 2 or 3 Atlanta United defenders there. With the outside of the boot, that one was flying into the back of the net.
He was seeing space that I simply could not see. Mbappe there, he was twisting and turning and driving into the penalty area. And it is dangerous when you're faced up against a striker, especially when they're controlled by players of this quality. When they're twisting, when they're turning, you can't dive into a tackle, but you also can't give them space to work into. It's a real precarious position to be in.
Last chance of the first half it. For just 4 minutes, Atlanta did open up their account in the grand final. They'll be able to find a second before the break. It's R9. Paulo Neto was the player to let rip there with the shot. Fortunate enough, Ruben Dias was in line. We'll jump in to see some stats if we can at half-time in this grand final. You can see the players on the screen now. The two, Resende and Tor. Look at the stats half-time between the two.
Approach to this grand final. It's up in the air.
I'll be hoping that on the side of Inter Esports, Resende can install a bit of that winning mentality into him and his teammate Tori. Made 3 grand finals last year, did Resende in FIFA 21. He won all 3 of them. Coming across multiple qualifiers and the Condabui Libertadores, a tournament that unfortunately wasn't able to make this year in the Global Series. He was basically disappointed not to be there. What a ball that could be! 2 hands on it from Van der Sar. Ronaldo was in the air with that typical jump that he offers you. And if it was just a little bit softer on the ball, it may have been a different story.
They're certainly playing the long game at the moment. Inter Esports, I say that, they've got a potential chance here. Finesse shot high, wide, over the crossbar. 2 players, especially when you've got someone with the experience that Resende possesses, and Tor for that matter, a World Cup grand finalist in his own right, they're not going to panic. It's not going to be a sort of knee-jerk reaction to try and get back into the game. This could force one though.
This is best to get out of that position. Back on that point of Tor, he's certainly a player that has got experience. He's had experience at other European football clubs. As you said, he had a spell at Ajax in his career. Back to Brazil for a period to play FIFA for Cruzeiro. However, in his career, he's only ever played in 2 grand finals, and he's actually never won one of them. Of course, those dating back to previous FUT Champions Cups. As you rightly said, he has been a FIFA E World Cup grand final, something that only a handful of players can say they've done in their FIFA career. On the hunt are the Italian side of Inter. Have to remain patient, but it's so hard to break down Atlanta United. Mbappe, reverse elastico, no way around that time. Doing such a good job, Atlanta. When they haven't got the ball, they are literally just dropping back in the kindest way possible. The 4-4-2 that looks to be on screen is literally just dropping back in its own half. It's 2 banks of 4. It's a case of we're here and we're hard to beat. Do what you can.
Yep. We've got the lead. Break us down. I mean, that's exactly what they're saying. Rude Hullet in the middle of the pitch alongside Jude Bellingham, two physical presences. The wide mids are tucking in, and it's the case of Inter Esports having to break it.
Oh no, watch that run of Hullet. For Marquinhos, it would have been Mbappe the provider.
This wouldn't be the first time though, Brandon, where we've seen a 1-0 in the first leg and that being held until the second leg. Guild did it in week number 2, if you remember back. They won the first game. Was it a messy 90th minute goal, if memory serves me correct? And then 0-0 in the second leg. Granted, Team Hullet and Ninja in Pyjamas probably should have got a goal. Peter Schmeichel was on an outstanding performance, maybe the best I've ever seen him play. But it wouldn't be the first time where we've seen this story unfold.
At times, it certainly has felt like the way that some of these 2v2 games are played. You're looking at what, two teams that have got the exact same players in terms of in-game players. Then they're assembling. Players that grind this game out day after day. They know the meta inside out. That's what becomes so competitive in a game of cat and mouse at times. Who can make the first mistake? And often being the only real reason where you will see the games
taking on Inter Esports, who are regarded as one of the best teams in South America. Looking those guys out as well. There's still a lot of time left to play though.
Final 5 in the first leg. Could we be in for an equaliser from Inter? Mbappe, stop and go. Unfortunately, there's someone else stopping in your way. He's 6 foot plus. His name's Ruben Dias, and he's an absolute rock at the back.
Presence. The only word that comes to mind for Ruben Dias. He's just got an overawing presence at the back. He blocks. He wins stand tackles. He wins slide tackles. He defends well. He's got pace as well. How many times have you seen Mbappe running through and Ruben Dias catch up to him? He ticks every single box you want from your centre-back. Great performance from Atlanta United. I've got to be honest, they got that early goal. They've seen it out, and Inter Esports haven't been able to answer back in the first leg.
This is it for the final time today. And the final time this month, the FGS Masters Cup have provided the best starter possible of what is to come next month, when we see 32 teams travel and compete in the first ever 2v2 FIFA tournament run in the FGS ecosystem. Atlanta United will kick from right to left in their white strip. They scored after just 4 minutes in the first leg. Other than that, it was a pretty quiet game, to be honest, Richard.
I think the early goal really settled down Atlanta United. I tell you what, they could double up their lead here.
They might be up to Mbappe. Did very well there. The little ball roll there and a fake shot back inside. It's Paulo Neto controlling the yellow. Icon. Teammate Vini with the white. It was Vini that scored the goal after just 4 minutes in leg one. Just on the flip side, keep an eye on that red cursor if you're looking to follow Resende's in-game movements. Tall with the blue icon above his head in-game. Inter have certainly been a team that have kept us guessing throughout their journey in the Masters Cup. They've never looked massively on top, and then they come out of absolutely nowhere, just like now, to maybe find an equaliser here. Surely! No! How have you missed that? How have you missed that?
It's a guaranteed goal. How has that gone wide? He did everything right. Left-footed strike, inside the box, no pressure on the man.
Literally so much time there, and it should have been a goal for Inter. Fortunately, it's back to the drawing board for Resende and Tor, as they'll scratch their heads at half-time surely and think, how have we not scored that?
How is this game not 1-1? What Inter Esports can't do is let that miss dictate the rest of the game now. They have to have short-term memory, get it out of the system and flick back into gear.
What they have to take from that as well, Rich, is that they've been able to create a chance. The team do concede goals complexity. They conceded 2 in the semi-final. At times they do remain to be quite open at the back. Ronaldo. It's a corner, it's for Inter. Try and find their way through. Ball looked in deep, finds Tullet, goes back across to no one, back to a white shirt. Look at that. Big tackle from Cristiano Ronaldo. It kicks off a counter-attack. Pele, good feed, finds R9, surely this time, no! It's Van der Sar that stands in the way this time. Before it was the post. Now it's the icon goalkeeper. Inter still on the hunt for that equaliser. They'll get another chance from distance, and it's another brilliant save from the Flying Dutchman, quite literally.
Chance still not over yet, though.
Right to the edge of the box. Pull it. R9 drops the shoulder. Can't find the ball back. Chance to breathe for Atlanta, but 1, 2, 3 very close to comfort moments there, Richard, of Atlanta United nearly conceding a goal.
Yeah, Inter Esports certainly knocking on the door, starting to get back into this game. But they just need to break that deadlock. I think if Inter Esports get the next goal, I think this game could spark into life. I think we might see a couple going at either end, potentially. But it's a huge ask. Part of me just sees Atlanta United picking Inter off.
Pele. Oh no, could be 2. Just too much time. I don't even expect to get it fizzed into his feet as hard as it was for Mbappe. You can see the chances created so far. 2 shots to the 0 of Atlanta. Maybe that can change now. Mbappe. A couple of step overs, doesn't really move too far. Marquinhos comes across to sweep up the danger. Inter sadly
Go on.
Have been the better side within the first 40 minutes or so. Rich will come and get you forward just after this attack comes forward. Another long ball, too heavy with a double tap pass into R9.
What I was going to say is, you mentioned the shots in the top left corner. They might not be creating shooting opportunities, but they're getting in really good opportunities to create chances at the moment, Atlanta United. And you saw that one where it got fizzed back on the edge of the box. They're the opportunities that you want to be creating. They're the chances that you want to be curating, because if you're not getting into those positions, which on another day they are goal scoring opportunities, the 90 to 95% goal scoring opportunities, then you've got problems.
Well, half time. Finesse shots flying from 30 plus yards on the edge of the box. But you're right, you are right. Onto your point, Guild Esports did it back in week 2. The duo of Nicholas Razek and Nicholas 99, the Iceman. They won 1-0 in their grand final. And their goal came in an added time period in the end of the first leg. That was enough for them to seal the deal. to find their way to a Masters Cup victory and $15,000. That is what is on the line for this grand final. Atlanta find a second. I expect to see a huge shift into a plan B or a plan C from Inter. This time will not be on their side. Bellingham. Oh, wow! Oh, wow! How about that? Forget R9, forget Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's just see the two central midfielders link up for a split second. Jude Bellingham with a lovely little chip ball into the box. He finds Ruud Gullit. Not on the highest of priority list of goal scorers, but who really cares? They lead by 2-0, and they are cruising their way towards a Masters Cup victory here tonight.
I think we alluded to it. Inter Esports needed to get that goal. They had a flurry of chances. It didn't fall for them. And Atlanta United just picking them off, just creating a couple of chances. But they've been so clinical, Atlanta as well. When they've had opportunities, when they've created those real good periods of play in and around the box, they're not missing the target. They're not forcing saves. They're scoring goals.
Very nearly. It was to be 3-0 there, Varno. Got to see a pause in the next 5 minutes from Inter. It's got to be a 3 at the back. If not, constant press. Get it ranked up a few bars. Get some new personnel on the pitch. Maybe get off one midfielder, bring on an attacking option. Just have a bit of an overload of 5 attacking players.
Need something.
Final 30 minutes here, Richard. And we said it was like a commentator curse. And if they go down 2-0, we have to see a game plan and a plan B, plan C, or even plan D at this point for Inter. Time's not on their side, neither is the scoreline.
They've just, I think you mentioned it in the first, like the 4-4-2 and sort of the banks that Atlanta United were putting up. It was really hard to break down. They were struggling to create those really good chances. Unfortunately, FIFA Esports at this level is separated by the smallest of margins, and they've created 3 really big chances, 2 really big chances. The finesse shot, sort of a 70-30 opportunity of going into missing, but the 2 big ones, the save and then the miss, if they go in, we've got a completely different game. But that's how it goes.
Another big win chance for Atlanta to literally wrap this game up. Now watch the back post. There's an option available. It just wasn't strong or good enough cross into the box from Cristiano Ronaldo as Pele was queuing up at the back post. There's that pause we queued. The question is, when will they get it, let alone have the chance to really implement those changes in the game. 71 minutes on the clock. 2-0 Atlanta United lead week 4 of the FGS Masters Cup as they get closer and closer to $15,000 in their first outing, and March becomes an even better month for Paulo Neto. Inter, big shot comes in, wicked deflection. Back in the hands of Inter still. What can happen? One more. Did he need to just put it on the toes of Mbappe? He didn't have no real time to manoeuvre or anything, or even click a button. Back to goal, it'll fall. Nicely done, Mbappe! Another save! How many times?
Bellingham, the supplier. You should see Paulo Neto with a look of amazement, in all honesty. You talked about that chance that we just saw right there. It was a great work at the back post, striking across the goalkeeper, but a fantastic save, getting down to his left-hand side, and a powerful hand as well. He didn't spill it into the penalty area. He managed to tip it up and over the crossbar. Very good piece of goalkeeping there.
Well, they are literally just 14 minutes away, Richard, from joining the winners list of the Masters Cup. We haven't had too much to go to or talk about in terms of these 2v2 teams and just how good they are and how good they are in these new form 2v2 teams. We have had a lot, though, across these weeks in March to go into April with. Who will join the winners book of XL Esports, Guild Esports, Team Heretics? Looks to be Atlanta United, as they are 14 minutes away from victory in this grand final. There's the change we mentioned from Inter. To be 15 minutes of constant pressure, 15 minutes of attacking pressure. Atlanta do their best just to soak it up. They're going to have to sit back and defend for their life. Shot comes in. That's just a bit desperate, to be honest.
It's desperate times, though, in this final 10 minutes. That's a unforced error there. Ball going out of play. There's going to be a potential flurry and a potential late charge here from Inter Esports. There needs to be.
De Bruyne, he can shoot from distance, fancy that time. 7 minutes now, the time is ticking. And the gaps are appearing with this attacking press. They're implementing, it's a running race at the back, just does enough. Does Ruben Diaz. Five minutes away.
Don't know if they're going to get two chances, I'll be honest.
And March it's been Richard Buckley for one man in that Atlanta United side.
I'd say I'm surprised by this result, but I'm really not, because of the EMLS win. Potential chance. Big goal! Game on!
There's not much time, though. There is not much time at all. A minute plus. A minute, in all honesty, of additional time. It's in their hands to throw away Atlanta United. $15,000. Do not make a mistake. Do very well there to get out of that pressure. Van der Sar has to be man of the match for this game. Long ball over the top. Surely it is done. Surely it's Atlanta United here in week 4 of the FGS Masters Cup. Referee conclude the game. Yes, they will. Atlanta United will be week 4 champions in the FGS Masters Cup. They will go into the Team of the Season Cup as strong favourites. $15,000 in their back pocket, and a massive, massive confidence booster for the duo of Paulo Neto and Vini. Congratulations.